Hi everyone. In this talk, I will be presenting our work, Multi-Stage Episodic Control for Strategic Exploration in Text Games. Text games are partially observable Markov decision processes, where a player receives observations and rewards and issues textual actions. The underlying states and model of the environment are hidden. Some of the key challenges in text games are sparse rewards, where the agent has to get many steps right before receiving a reward, and large, dynamic action spaces, where the agent may have to choose between many, continually changing actions at every state of the game. For example, an action like kill troll with sword might only be available at a few states in the game. To tackle these challenges, we propose the exploit then explore algorithm, or XTX. XTX consists of two phases. The first phase is the exploitation phase, where the algorithm keeps track of a global policy cover of the game space that the agent is guided towards. This is similar to how a human player might decide to return back to certain promising parts of the game it has seen before. This phase tackles the sparse reward challenge by quickly learning from only a few rewarding trajectories and bridging these sparse reward regions through memorization. The second phase is the exploration phase, where the agent performs strategic local exploration based on past knowledge and action uncertainty estimates. This is similar to how a human player cleverly tries out the available possibilities at the frontier. Instead of performing random exploration, which would be too inefficient, the XTX exploration policy allows to strategically explore the large, dynamic action space. As a high-level example, consider an agent who is situated west of house. In the exploitation phase, the agent might be guided back to a promising, previously seen state of the game with a high score like 35. Then the agent switches to a local exploration, which in this case results in death, as the exploitation policy has brought the agent to a local maximum in the game. Luckily, XTX has built a global policy cover, which means next episode the agent might be brought to a different part of the game frontier. Once there, the exploration policy kicks in again and manages to find promising future rewarding states through its strategic policy. In practice, we implement XTX as a policy mixture. The exploitation policy brings the agent back to the game frontier using imitation learning on online trajectories. The exploration policy performs exploration based on past knowledge from Q values and action uncertainty estimates from inverse dynamics bonuses. Lambda determines the trade-off between these policies and is dynamically changed in the episode. Episodic rollouts for XTX look as follows. At every time in the episode, the agent has to decide whether it is in the exploitation phase or the exploration phase. If in the former, the lambda is set close to 0 so that XTX mainly relies on the imitation learning-based policy. If in the latter, the lambda is set to 1, so XTX completely relies on the exploration policy. The agent then samples an action and updates its exploration policy with the classic temporal difference laws. Every n episodes, the agent will also retrain the imitation learning policy on newly collected online trajectories. We evaluate our method on 12 games from the Jericho benchmark, which include a variety of challenges. We consider games both in the deterministic and stochastic setting, which can include both observation and transition randomness. Furthermore, we compare against several state-of-the-art baselines, including XTX Uniform, which unlike XTX performs random exploration and is similar to the GoExplore algorithm. Here we show average normalized episode scores at the end of training for 5 sample games from the Jericho benchmark, both in the deterministic and the stochastic setting. Especially on games like Zork 1, Pentari, and Deep Home, we see substantial improvements in both settings. Note that even in the stochastic setting, our exploitation policy remains robust and can get the agent to the game frontier. We also report aggregate metrics like median, interquartile mean, and mean on normalized game scores. We again see that XTX significantly outperforms prior methods in both the deterministic and stochastic settings. In conclusion, we propose XTX, an algorithm that tackles several key challenges in text games, namely sparse rewards and the presence of large, dynamic action spaces. To address these challenges, XTX explicitly separates episodic rollouts into an exploitation and exploration phase, as well as keeps track of a global policy cover with strategic local exploration at the frontier. Overall, we see that XTX achieves state-of-the-art scores in Jericho, significantly outperforms prior methods overall, and performs especially well in the famous game of Zork 1, where it pushes the previous state-of-the-art by more than 2x. Thank you.